Hello. Welcome to this video. Today we're going to talk about keywords. And not only keywords, but we're going to talk about match types, search terms, and negative keywords and the way they work and how all this works together. So keywords are basically words that we, as a user who's using Google Ads, put into the system ourselves, that we should have done research on, that we have targeting our services that we offer, and things like that. But the thing is, there's three different ways you can basically put these keywords into Google. And one of the ways is broad match. Broad match is the simplest way and the way most people do it without even knowing. Usually, they're putting these keywords into the system as just normal writing. Like if they're writing normal words and putting it in, and Google's kind of like by default allowed their system to make them more money because of that way that the words work. And then after that is phrase match. And what I mean after that is basically each one gets more and more specific and more concrete to the way you're writing the word. Broad will change out the meaning of the words and use them as how it sees fit. So you're basically giving the Google Ads platform all the power to show your ad for whatever it thinks it's going to match, whatever search term. Phrase, it has to basically match the words within it. Inside the phrase that you write, the phrase could be one word, the phrase could be 5, 10 words, whatever. I think it's up to 16 or something crazy like that. And then you got to take into consideration your search volume. So the more words you add together in a string, that's going to affect the actual amount of people searching it and whether or not you can use it in Google Ads. So keep that in mind. Don't go too crazy adding whole sentences and questions, because at the end of the day, you're not going to show up for it if nobody's searching for it. And then after phrase comes exact match. It's basically just pluralities change. I've seen words change lately in the past like 6 months or so. Nothing too crazy. Like if it's bike that you have, it might put bicycle. So things like that you gotta watch out for. And if you do motorcycles, you want to make sure that bike or bicycle is a negative keyword, and which we'll get to now, so that there's no overlapping and stuff like that. And then after that, we have search terms. Search terms are basically what people are searching for and the words that get triggered by users that are using the Google search engine. So think of it like that. It's like the effect of what keywords get triggered based off what keyword you're targeting. It targets the search term, and the search term, if it falls in line with your keyword, shows the ad. So it's kind of like a little quasi triangle there that your ad, your keyword, and your search term all play into part so that your ad gets shown. And then people land on your landing page when they click on it. But after search term, we have negative keywords, which does the inverse of keyword. So they're blocking words, and if you watch outdated videos, you'll see people put like a negative in front of the negative keyword. You don't have to do that anymore at all. You can just put the negative keyword into a negative keyword list or into the negative keyword section, and you can upload them as the same way broad, phrase, and exact match. They just play out a little bit differently, especially if you're using one word. It doesn't really matter to some extent because you're going to block out that word, except when you put like exact match, it's just that word itself, nothing else added to it. So phrase and broad are pretty much the same thing, because Google's not going to go out of its own way to block other keywords or other pluralities and things like that it could just show your ad for and make money off of. So you're going to end up having to add a lot more negative keywords than keywords that you're targeting for the most part. Almost 99.9% of the times you're going to be doing that, because it's just the way the engine works within Google Ads. And hopefully that gives you some 2 cents extra of which ways these work and which ones you have control over, which ones you don't. In search terms, you'll see which keyword triggered the search term and then what match type it was. And it could be different from what you have selected, but usually like if you have exact keywords, it'll only do exact match. You won't ever see like phrase match in your search terms. And then if you have phrase, you'll see phrase and exact. And then if you have broad, you'll see broad, phrase, and exact match types that's trigger your search terms. So that way, when you add that search term to the keyword list in the ad group that it makes sense for, you know how to add it based off which match type it was triggered by. So that might be a little bit confusing. I can go more in depth on this in another video, specifically how search terms get triggered and how to add search terms back into the ad group that, you know, a keyword similarly triggered it, but hey, if you target this keyword better, more specifically, you might have a higher quality score and a better chance of lowering the cost per conversion. So, alright guys, take care. Let me know if you ever have any questions. I'll make a video on it. No questions asked. Take care. See you soon. Peace.